Everything's sore, everything hurts mentally. I would probably describe that as hell on earth. You just want to be somewhere else.
Rodney is one of an increasing number of Aussies pushing their bodies to the extreme.
Pain's just temporary, so I can get hurt, but I can't be broken.
The Army veteran is currently training for his third extreme charity fundraiser, 560 kilometres in just 7 days. A far cry from his 20s when Rodney was learning to walk again.
6 a.m. in the morning it was, and a car went through a red light, hit me, cleaned me up. I was a really fit, active soldier. To basically be in a hospital bed, unable to walk, was a challenging time.
Fighting for his life, Rodney spent 7 days in ICU. 4 nerves were ripped out of his spinal cord and he was left paralysed in his left arm.
Pardon the pun, but we were sort of bulletproof at the time, you know, being so young and nothing was going to hurt us. Taking up running again changed my life in terms of giving me purpose, giving me something to strive for, giving me goals to set myself.
Clocking up the Ks, Rodney set his sights on tackling ultra races.
Started off small on a treadmill, then go a bit faster, and then it's like, okay, I need to go further. It was a build-up, but it certainly becomes addictive.
In 2022, he set his first charity challenge, 350 kilometres across 5 days, finishing at the top of Mount Kosciuszko. Last year, he upped the ante, running a gruelling 500 kilometres in just 106 hours, all to raise money for Invictus Australia.
Being a wounded veteran myself, I wanted to give back. We've been involved in a lot more conflicts around the world, and our veterans need that support.
On day one, Rodney suffered a stress fracture and was in excruciating pain, but giving up was not an option.
I had to start taking Voltaren, but then I started getting ulcers, stomach ulcers, mouth ulcers. You've got to really learn to try to shut that pain out and think of other things. Most people do say it's mad, why would you do it? Whilst it may seem crazy, most of us are capable of things that we don't give ourselves credit for.
You're putting your body to the absolute limit. You can put extra stress on your heart, on your kidneys, and also on your musculoskeletal system. So there is an increased risk of injury. Also, even extreme muscle damage can occur.
Sports scientist Dr. Katie Slattery says all bodies do have a weak point.
Your stress hormones can be really elevated, like cortisol. It can impact your quality of sleep, and actually it impacts your ability to recover. But what we do know is that living a sedentary lifestyle is far worse.
1/5 of GoFundMe's fundraisers are now extreme challenges, with studies finding that the more pain, the more gain for our charities' purses.
I have long-lasting injuries and psychological tolls, and by the time I need it, I'm sure I'll be having good knees replaced and good hips.
No stranger to pain and a hefty workout is Nedd Brockmann.
I feel like when you're in the thing you said you're going to do, pain's going to come. It's just the price you have to pay. Are you willing to pay the whole price? And that for me is always a yes. So the option doesn't exist to quit. So you must just keep trucking on. You show up and do the thing because you know you're helping people in their life.
By pushing his body to the limit across 4,000 kilometres, Nedd raised $2 million for charity, simultaneously creating the Brockmann effect, with others following in his footsteps.
John Harbour's just an ordinary guy who's been in the building game for a lot of years, practices yoga, goes fishing, plays golf, just a normal bloke.
One such follower is 62-year-old Goulburn grandfather, John.
I'm not a professional runner. I did a lot of running when I was young, but I stopped running at the age of 23.
He's planning to run from Perth to Sydney across 66 days.
When I first put the shoes on, it felt okay. I did about 3 weeks of running and then I went, oh wow, I'm starting to get sore knees. What's going on here?
John's pounding the pavement again for Sydney's Royal Women's Hospital, where his granddaughter spent the first 115 days of her life.
For the first 2 weeks, it was touch and go, but she was a fighter, an absolute fighter. I looked into her eyes and I was teared. I got very emotional, and my daughter was emotional, and it was something special. You know, we knew this little girl was going to live.
John set a high goal to raise $2 million.
I couldn't think of any other way that I could do anything apart from physically put my body out there on the line. I'm going to feel a lot of pain. I am 62. I'm not a spring chicken, so it's going to cost me a hell of a lot from my body. But I'm willing to go through whatever it takes.
John has less than 3 months until his run.
It's hurting. I can't lie to you. I'm feeling the pain. I'm feeling the pinch. I see Luna's face. Over a 15-kilometre run, I'd see her face 1,000 times. You know, I just keep picturing that beautiful little angel and how amazing the work by the hospital is.
John, Rodney and Nedd all hope the gruelling challenges they complete this year will be rewarded with big bucks for charity.
If I look back now, when I first had the accident, there's no way in the world I would have ever contemplated that I'll be running over 500 kilometres in a week. It takes hard work, it takes commitment, dedication, discipline. I don't deserve it, I've got to earn it.
The biggest thing is just diving in, just doing it, because everyone sits back and waits for the perfect time. There is no right time ever. Just take it on.
Gotta listen to the flying mullet.
Yeah. I feel like it's so interesting watching these stories and their incredible journeys because it is a gruelling journey, but they find such a sense of fulfilment and such a sense of meaning or purpose. But I think it's a very interesting conversation how a wider community's relationship with pain has changed, and now people can see physical pain, at least, as a way to move forward and a way to get to your next goal. I'm not there on my
You were
gruelling
saying
journey.
when we were watching that you're going to do a marathon.
I
You
did
were
not
saying
say.
that,
I
didn't
did
you?
not say
yeah,
that.
and you said hold me to it live on air. I believe.
Yeah, I don't believe that was what I said, Samuel. If we did do that, though, you'd have to drive me.
Oh, God, I'll be the support team with them. Go, Gunny, you can do it.
Well, Rodney, John and Nedd are all training really hard for their big challenges later this year, raising money for their charities. If you'd like to support them, just head to our website.